Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's been a while since I posted. I had a health scare, had to go to the hospital for a while, so I've kind of been out of the game. But we're back, and today we're going to install this Powerdrive trolling motor on my Tracker 1648, and we'll see how it goes. So the first thing I did was unbox the unit. I've already put the prop on it. I kind of mocked it out on the boat with what I wanted to do. So the next step that you got to do, you're going to take out the screws on these side covers, make that removable. You're going to unbox everything else that you got in the bag for hardware. It comes with a bunch of cords. The reason I chose to put it on this side of the boat is because this boat actually comes with an actual trolling motor plug already installed right here. So all I gotta do is cut these power cables, put the adapter plug on, be able to plug in. Plus it worked out better with the way all the cords on the trolling motor kind of worked out. So when you pull it up and down, you're not gonna get tangled on it or in it on the boat. And then the way I have my Hummingbird set up, they give you a cord that's long enough that I'm actually gonna run probably around the boat to the Hummingbird where the steering wheel is, but we'll see how that goes later. If anything, I'm gonna make it's detachable, so I might move it to the front of the boat whenever I want to do trolling, but for now I'm going to leave it back by the steering wheel. This Minnkota Powerdrive also has a depth finder and a fish finder on it as well. It's spot lock. It's controlled by the micro remote. I do not have a foot pedal, but I do believe that this model you can attach a foot pedal. So like I said, take the screws off, remove these covers. This one on this side you can swing out of the way on the cord. Then what I did is basically laid it out, did my measurements of where I wanted to be, drilled out the front plate here, which I'll show you, and then I marked everything in pencil. Everything's level. So as you can see on this boat, I drilled out this front plate, 4 rivets. There's a plate right here. Then if you actually reach your hand up in there, there's actually some more plating up in here that I didn't realize was up there. So some of these bolt holes we're gonna have to drill through not only the hull of the boat, but also have some extra plating. So I'm trying to find the ones that don't necessarily go through the extra plating, but this one and this one are for sure going to be in the plate. And then there'll be 2 on the other side that I think are going to be on the plate, so there's a little extra drilling. But they didn't give you many options on this boat. What I was trying to do is get this to where, when you're looking at it on the boat, I have it set up to where it's not sticking out too far past. Otherwise I was worried docks, when you're pulling up, you're going to rip this trolling motor off. But I think, we're going to be just on the edge of that. So we'll see what happens. So once I had everything on the boat, I flipped this trolling motor open. You want about 1.5 inches for this pole to be away from the boat. So on this side I'm at about 2 inches. On the other side of the boat, when you measure it, it's about 1.5 inches. So I got a nice tight fit. You got to be a little further away on my boat here just because of this plastic piece touching the boat, but they want to allow for shaft flex when you're out on the water. So I got that all set. Then the next thing that I did is I came up, I marked everything with pencil here along the edge. I've already cheated and drilled a couple holes, but we're gonna drill the rest of the holes here. Alright, so we got those holes drilled. I'm going to go ahead and drop the hardware in. I am going to go to my local hardware store and get some shims. In order to keep this trolling motor level, we're going to have to shim it in the front here. Now this does come factory with some rubber shims. So you'll see in the back here, I've got one. I'm going to put some washers, steel washers here, well, stainless steel. And then I'm going to do some more washers like I got it shimmed here out front. And then this whole thing will be perfectly level on the boat. So I'm going to go ahead and reach in, put this nut and washer on this one. This is one of the ones that went through the steel plate. So you just take a Phillips 7/16 wrench. And I'm just going to tighten them using the screwdriver. We're not going to go crazy tight right now until I go to the hardware store and get those shims. Once I get that, then we'll cinch this thing down. Now the bolts that they do send you are plenty long. They're almost too long in my opinion. You could go buy some shorter ones, make your life easier so you don't have to tighten them up so much. But well, I gotta run to the hardware store and we're gonna get some more washers and finish this. Alright, got back from the hardware store, got this whole thing shimmed, tightened down, and I'll show you it's level. So we're pretty level. And we're gonna go across. So left, right, up, down, looks good. So now we're gonna go ahead and get this electrical plug on, get the plastic covers back on, and trolling motor is pretty much installed aside from hooking up the wiring. Well, that should complete the install of the Powerdrive trolling motor here on the old Tracker 1648. All I got to do is hook up the power. I got to get a different adapter. Turns out I bought the wrong one. But once I get that, all I got to do, power it up, put it in the water, start fishing. So hope the video helped a little bit of laying it out if you've got this same boat. But overall, it's a pretty easy install. It doesn't take very long at all. Yeah, hopefully we get out and catch some fish this summer. Thanks for watching.